Hey everybody, it's the 7th of March today, early morning. I should have started doing this when I was brushing my hair. All I have left is doing moisturiser and sunscreen on my face. But did I say it's Monday? Oh, work has just been so frustrating. So we hired someone and they started mid-January to take over my position. I work full-time in an office as the admin manager, and she, after 6 weeks of training, so that was last Monday, she quit. She's on like an 18-month contract to receive. She had 6 weeks more training to go before I was on maternity leave. Was struggling a little bit, but was ultimately picking it up. But her house flooded in the Queensland floods, so obviously that can't be helped. But it's just so frustrating for me on like a personal level because, rubbing my... I'm not about to cry. I have cried about it before, but I'm okay now. It's been like a week. It's just so frustrating because at that point I had 6 weeks to go. I've got 5 weeks now, and to hire someone you need at least a week for the ad to be out, and then it takes a week to conduct interviews, maybe a couple days if you can smush it all together. But then most people who are good at what they're doing are working. It's very rare that you're able to find someone sort of at a loose end in between jobs. And we would then have to wait a minimum 2 weeks, probably more, to then be able to have them start, at which point, even if it was only 2 weeks, that would have given me only 3 weeks with them. So we made the decision to pull people off the shop floor and train them because we could grab them straight away. And I think that will work out fine. We've got some people that have accounts experience, but for whatever reason they just couldn't get a job in admin. I live in a really small town, or they didn't want to, or I don't know, whatever it is. But we found some people which are really good. It's just so frustrating for me personally, combined with things getting more uncomfortable now. I'm 29 weeks, so I still have a bit to go, but I'm getting to like the very starting to be uncomfortable stage, and I just don't want to be at work so that I can sleep whenever I want, because sleep has been really hard in this last week. It's been really hard to get comfortable, and I don't want to have any responsibilities at work. I just want to be able to take a day off with my annual leave when I can, and sleep if I've had a really bad night. And I don't know, I was mentally checked out with this other lady here, and I know I still have, even like from today, I've got 5 weeks left, 5 whole weeks, so that's still a long time, but I'm just feeling so frustrated. But anyways, I gotta go because it's Monday morning and I have to still show up and do my work. So I'll talk to you guys next time.
Listen to the rain, you guys. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Not really that much flood affected at all. There's some road closures here, but it's not, really not that bad. But I need to get my butt into gear with work, getting ready for work so that I can drive slowly. But this is just such a mood at the moment. I'm Loafy Girl, if you don't recognise her, and I just did some stretches this morning because I really need to stretch, otherwise it hurts. I'm getting a new yoga mat. This one's pretty sad and sorry. I've got one coming in the mail, but I do like the message on this one.
I do still want to briefly chat as I'm doing my hair this morning because I am feeling so much better this morning. Surprise, surprise, linked to more sleep. I discovered a position to sit/lie in, and that seemed to, even though I didn't stay that way the entire night, that seemed to get me off on a good start. And it was basically sitting up against the bed head but lying against like a stack of pillows so that I could be on my back, because I'm a back and stomach sleeper. I'm not really a side sleeper at all. So it's kind of hard. Or if I'm on my side, I'm slightly turned onto my stomach. So it's really difficult to get to sleep at the moment. And this was just absolute bliss, falling asleep. I haven't felt that comfortable in what feels like forever, but it hasn't been forever. So I feel a lot better this morning. Still getting the work stuff sorted out, but I think it's nearly getting there. Finally, and I can start putting into place all of these plans and then training people and then feeling less anxious about it all, which is really good. But then I kind of did a stupid thing as life that I just want to kind of talk about and digest a little bit. I was talking to one of the ladies at work about dimmers and how she found they were really good when she was doing night feeding because she could put them on really low before she went to bed, and then when she got up in the middle of the night to do a night feed, she would just turn the dimmers on. And Daniel's an electrician, so getting dimmers installed is really easy. But we have all this other stuff going on, and we've already talked about it before, about how he wants to redo all the lights once the ceiling's done and then put dimmers in then. So I knew this, and I wasn't really going to say anything because we also, because he's wonderfully installed it this way, have the ability when you're in the lounge room, you can turn on, there's like 8 lights in there, and you've got the ability to turn 2 on that are in the back part of the lounge room. So effectively it'll work fairly similar. Plus I have this really good lamp that I can just plug in, and it's quite a low light, especially at the beginning, and it gets a bit brighter but it's still not intense. And I wasn't going to say anything, and then this morning we both get up and it's really dark this morning, really raining as I showed you guys, and I turned all of the lights on in the lounge room and got hit with this big thing. And as what I thought was kind of a bit of a joke, I'd sort of mentioned, oh, so-and-so at work said that we should get dimmers, and it was just like, I think it's a joke, shouldn't have been said though. As you guys have seen, we have all of this other stuff going on with the renovations, trying to get that done before the baby's here, and I just go in with like this stupid comment. Even if I didn't intend it that way, I shouldn't have said it. Didn't realise until after Daniel had already gone to work, so I sent him a text message and he said he's like fine. He did take it as a bit of a dig, but he's okay. And I'm like, yeah, I know, and that's why I'm apologising, because it's dumb. But I'm thinking I'm going to go to the supermarket, because roles reverse, I would have got annoyed, but also I can buy myself flowers to kind of say thanks, and I know that, or sorry, and he doesn't really need them, but I think it'd be nice anyways. So I think I've decided to cook his favourite dinner, which is deviled sausages with like a packet mix, and hopefully it'll taste, I don't know, he's a better cook than I, but at least making that kind of effort just to say, I know you don't need it and that you're fine, but it all does count. And it's just interesting being 2 people together. So I'm gonna go because I need to brush my teeth and do my skin and stuff, but I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.
Hey guys, I should be sleeping, maybe. It's like 10:30, but I'm still so awake that I am just gonna sit here and chat and get out what's in my brain, because sometimes if I try to sleep and I don't get out what's in my brain, I lie awake thinking over and over and over what it is that I need to get out sometimes, and sometimes I'll actually get up, go grab my journal and write in it to get it all out. So just not quite that bad, I think, but I'm just not sleepy. And with the way that pregnancy is going at the moment, if I try to sleep and I'm not sleepy and I can't get comfortable, I will lay awake for hours, as opposed to sleeping easier when I'm tired. So I'll give you guys like a quick little bump update as well. See, I'm like the worst at doing these. Is that a bit better? I need to move my camera, but I don't want to. The most interesting thing is my belly button, actually, because it's like getting pushed, which is crazy. 29 weeks, so that's pretty exciting. But I just want to like, oh, society, man. Just say society. Yes, that can be used in like a broad spectrum, more talking about Western society, I suppose, because that is my lived experience. And I think it does all have to do with the people that I surround myself with and things like that. And just, it annoys me just how rude people can be sometimes, and how sort of like thoughtless or like well-meaning they are, but they're not helping the person that they're trying to direct their well-meaningness at. I just typed out this really ranty message thing that I want to post. So we're going to do some maternity pictures at about 35 weeks. I'll show you guys. That'll be like in April. We haven't actually done an official Facebook post. We've told people, obviously, it's very obvious, and work arrangements and things like that, which are going pretty okay as of today, finally. But we didn't actually do anything on Facebook, and so it's actually been quite an interesting social experiment to see how many people are not knowing because we don't talk to them regularly. When I do the maternity shoot, well, when we do it, because Daniel's going to be in a lot of the pictures too, I want to put them on Facebook, so that'll sort of be our announcement. And then I really feel like there's a couple of times when I felt like ranting on Facebook, and not at anyone in particular, but just at people. And I wrote something out, and I would like to think that I'm going to do it. I'll let you guys know when I sort of post all of that. But I just wanted to talk about, one, family members that think that it's okay to ask as soon as you get married or you reach a certain age to ask you about babies and incessantly and not accept the answer that you give them. That felt like harassment. And then lately what I've been experiencing is people are so excited about the baby and they want to know how I'm feeling, and they always ask me how I'm feeling all the time. It's changed from, since telling them about the pregnancy, it's gone from how are you to how are you feeling. But if I'm honest, then they tell me that things are going to get worse, almost in a way like, what are you complaining about? Like, if I tell them that at the moment I'm having trouble sleeping because I can't get comfortable because I'm only supposed to sleep on my side and I'm not a side sleeper, they just go, oh, it's going to get worse. Oh, it's preparing you for when you're going to be a parent. Yes, I know that. Yep, great. You asked me how I'm feeling, I'm being honest. This is not helping. I really just need you to say that sucks, or if you really want to continue the conversation, then ask me what you can do to lighten the load. It's really frustrating having people say that. And so I kind of really just want to rant about that. And a lot of people, they get away with things because they're well-meaning, but I just don't think that that is an excuse. And I'm working on setting boundaries with people and telling them how I feel, especially with a pregnancy, is kind of like motivating me to do that, but it's just really hard. And I feel like there's a lot of work to be done, and it's really frustrating. So, have you guys felt the same? What has your experience been? Let me know. Let me know. Aside from that, we're doing fine. Low iron levels, which is annoying. The midwife that I had at my last appointment was really good because she explained to me that it can actually be really quite bad for me when I'm giving birth if my iron levels are low, and she gave me a different brand of tablets that don't taste like horribleness. Because the reason I wasn't having iron tablets even though I knew it was low is because when the whole first trimester feeling bleh thing happened, one of the only times that I did vomit was when I tried to take an iron pill and tasted it and then vomited. So I was not wanting to have them again, but yet she gave me a different kind of brand or type of pill, and it doesn't taste like iron, and I can get it down and it's perfect. So I will be back on that, and then I will have more energy soon. But I will talk to you guys in my next update because I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to read for a bit if I'm still awake. Still can't feel awake, but hopefully that's got this off my head so I can sleep more sooner. Bye. Good morning, everyone. Here's gorgeous little Coo. I'm going to be really quick because I'm running out of time for work. It's bloody usual. It's Friday the 18th of March. But I really wanted to quickly showcase what it looks like to get the before and afters, because we're painting on the weekend, which is really exciting because I didn't think that we were going to paint the baby's room. These are all the walls I'm sure you've already seen, but this is the baby's room all empty. 31 weeks tomorrow and we're not set up, but anyways, this is the wall that we've been working on. I've shown you guys before. It's all pretty much nearly like ready to be done. That's plaster that's been put up. This wall's going to stay a bit of a mess for now. You see the two doors. Eventually we're going to get rid of the door, and that's all kind of been just sort of dodged up. So that's fine. We're just going to get in there, but we're going to paint this, and that's what I'm really excited about because we were originally just going to paint this wall to get it done. But then Daniel's dad is a painter, and so that's really handy. And he's like, well, of all the prep work that we have to do, we might as well just paint the entire room, which is what I wanted to do. But we were kind of like, oh, you know, priorities, too many renos and stuff. But I'm so excited because these cupboards are the ugliest thing to me. And part of it, I think, the handles are really old and they're like old style, obviously. But the colour isn't very nice at all. It's like this, well, to me anyways. So we're just going to paint it the same colour as the walls, which is going to be a whitish kind of colour that is not creamy at all. And I'm really happy. But taking all this stuff out of here makes me realise how old the carpet is and dirty and stuff. So I'm hoping that we can kind of rent a carpet cleaner to give it a go over before we pack the rest that set up. So this is my moment in time to show you guys.
Hey guys, so I have to be quick because, you know, work, usual. Oh, shit. Oh my gosh. I think my phone was like resting on a pair of tweezers because it's in my medicine cabinet and it lost balance and fell over. I might just, I don't have that in there, that's a bit better. It's Thursday the 24th, I think, of March, and I am 31 weeks, which is exciting. I'm starting to feel excited, not nervous about it. I'm excited. I'm not like, I kind of feel like I have a pretty or as good as an idea as a first-time mum about what to expect, so that's really good. What to expect? What are you expecting? No, it's not because I read that book, it's because I haven't read it, but I have been doing lots of research on the internet and talking to people and things like that, so it's been really helpful. But it just feels like things were not falling into place for a very long time, and now that they are, I think that we were talking about last time, I was talking about how my work was, because the person that we hired super early on maternity leave for me to be good, like to learn and have time to learn on my job, quit. But the people that are now working, there's one person obviously that's taking over my job as the administration manager, but she was already working for us, and so we've put on another person to then fill sort of her shoes, and they're working out really well. I feel really good about it. There's still lots of training to do, so I've got technically 2 weeks and 2 days, but I'm having Friday off. I have another antenatal appointment and we're getting the house ready for spiders, so really only two weeks and 1 day. So I'm really excited to be done. So exciting. Then my due date is in another 6 weeks from there, so I've still got lots of time, depending on obviously when the baby decides to come, because your due date is just a due date, it's not guaranteed. But I feel like things are falling into place, and there was these really big holes in the baby's room, as you guys saw, and I couldn't get sorted out, but they're all filled now and the painting's nearly done. Well, I think the painting's finished, it's just drying. And then the Savo, after work, we're going to wash the carpet, which is really good, and then that should be drying over Friday, and then I'll be able to, well, we can set things up on Saturday, which will be really good, except we have antenatal classes on Saturday. Just need to brush my teeth. So we won't be doing that then, but it's just good because I'm like a little bit every day kind of person, especially while I'm working, so I can spread out and do a little bit every day in the baby's room, and nobody's going to disturb me because they need the room to paint or renovate it. So it's all working. And then we're still renovating like the rest of the house, and we were sort of snoozing on getting our kitchen design in because it felt like a far off thing, and everything was going to take forever to get up to that point, so we hadn't really decided on the final designs. And then of course there's now a kitchen promotion with the people that we're going with, so the kitchen person is really busy trying to get all that done, so we're only just getting the final quote back today, which we can then double check everything and then put the order in, which should take about 3 weeks. But there's so much that's got to happen in the house in terms of the new kitchen, between our old one going out and the new one going in, so that's a bit kind of scary. But we sort of just, like, I don't know, it's not ideal, but we're just going to keep doing as much as we can. Obviously we've got time before the baby's here, but the kitchen might take 3 weeks to be in, and yeah, so we've got to take out our old kitchen, we've got to drop a bit of the ceiling, and then we've got to rip the floor up and level the floor and put the new flooring down and then put the new kitchen in, and it's just a lot that's got to happen. And Daniel's all doing this while he's working. Probably some busy weekends are going to be coming up, which I don't have to do obviously the physical labor intense side of things because I can't and I don't know what I'm doing, but that means that my role is keeping up with more housework than normal, but I am going to be finished work soon, which should help. And obviously if something happened and I wasn't able to because of the pregnancy, that'd be fine. But it's just close timing. But I think that I kind of had a bit of a why me moment with all of this, that I was like, why did we sleep on doing the kitchen design and everything, but then we weren't ready for it, and why we couldn't get builders to come in and do the parts that they needed to do, and just all of these things. But I think why me is pretty self-centered. I think these things happen with most people, so it's just the way it is, and we're just going to get done what we can. If we need to stop, then we stop. But the only thing that I'm worried about is not having a kitchen for a couple of weeks and what the timing with that will be like, whether the baby will be born or not. But also we have a barbecue, we have a Thermomix with microwave kettle, which is all plug-in. There's things that the kitchen appliances that you have now are so much more. If we can't have a stove and an oven, there are ways. We're just gonna fit it in and it'll be fine. It's not very, you can't really see much. There we go. So it's mainly just like my belly button's pushed out a bit, but definitely something in there, which is crazy. These little cubes. But I better go now because I'm sure that I need to get my button to gear about work. Bye.
You got my parents' gift.
Yeah, what is that?
Well, I don't know. I think it does something to salon.
Taffy's not the father, and Joey knows now?
Hey guys, it's April 1st, and I feel like I've done like no vlogging for March at all, so hi. How's it going? How are you all? This will be my March outro. I don't know if I have a lot to talk about. I can't wait to go on maternity leave for work. I've got a week left. Today's Friday, and my last day is next Friday, so I have the whole week plus one day, and I'm just ready to be done. I'm sort of at the point at work now where I'm really only there to be training people, and I'm just like, can the time be over now? Probably the only exciting quick updates that I can give you guys, because I really need to be getting ready, is that I have a ring that I can't fit now. So my hands are not terribly swollen, but this ring has always been, it was actually on this hand, on that finger. This ring has always been smaller, which means that it never falls off, but I can't wear it now because my hands are swollen just a little bit that I can't. And also, this peace lily finally has a lily growing out of it. I have 3 peace lily plants, one that I've had for a while, 2 that I haven't had for very long, including this one. And I've never grown a flower out of one of them, so I'm really happy with that. And I guess to give a little renovations update, we've ripped up some of the carpet, which is nice, and then Daniel started laying the underlay stuff for the floor. I think it's masonite maybe, that could be completely wrong. It's so funny when Cooper's really excited because he slips on it and he's starting to learn now that he can't do that. And then I'm still working on baby's room, and that's coming together now. I've washed all of the clothes officially and everything. I'm just now, and I've sorted them now. Coop! He's just walking over everything. I'm sort of at the point where I'm just sorting out what I've got and potentially have got maybe too many. I don't know. People will probably tell me that I don't have too many, but I don't even know what I'm having yet. So I'm going to kind of cull down to like a small list and then go from there, so I'm just not inundated with stuff, and we don't even know if we're having a boy or a girl yet. So there's my quick March. Feels like it's just been absolutely a whirlwind, like so much has happened. So I'm just gonna shut that door. So much but nothing. It's the same stuff. I'm tired. I'm trying to do all the things, and it's just a bit kind of stressy, and I'm doing less chores. But then Daniel's a bit stressy because he can't help with the chores as much, or if he does then he doesn't get the renos done, so it's just
you know, why did we decide to do this? Even though it's sort of fun, and he was a little bit stressed and just kind of vented to me, not in a sense of I'm not doing enough. He's like, I know that you're pregnant and tired and stuff, and that you're doing as much as you can, but it's just going to be really good when I'm not working because I can get the daily stuff done easily because I won't be working, and put my energy into that, and then hopefully get some more organizational stuff done. So I'm really keen to be done with work.